Okay, so I have an interesting little experiment that I've done here. Let me get some lighting going. So, I was playing with making my own 9 volt. And you could do that with copper tape of some kind. This is a known, trusted brand, this Studio Pro stained glass foiling tape. It also has a cool package, it's like a dispenser. So I've been screwing around with making my own 9 volt tracks. I did some continuity testing, everything seems fine. This has been done a million times before by a billion people, notably Bevins Bricks. You know, he does the powered pickup thing. So I was playing around with it, and I got to thinking. I was like, hey, that's great, but there is still a few spots in my main layout that I am not going to be able to do 9 volt track at all. And then that got me inspired, and after a few bad decisions and a few bad tape jobs, hey, how about a 9 volt flex track, anyone? Yeah, this is really ugly and it's mooshed up because I've been messing around with it a lot. I've been moving it a lot, which I don't recommend doing. You can move it and the tape will be fine for a while, but as you do that, you're obviously going to work harden the foil tape and eventually it's going to rip or tear. It's also not particularly clean. And if you know anything about how flex tracks work, it rides on both this and this rail and sometimes the bottom. So you don't get super consistent connectivity over this, but ideally you're not using a ton of flex track either. Ideally this is just like, just a singular piece, kind of like, you need to work a few things, or you got maybe a couple of them if you're lucky. But it is possible. You can do it. And it's going to horrify the people who hate flex tracks. But yeah, you can now put them on your vintage 9 volt layout and really mix it up. It is a pain in the butt. It is fiddly and it is not as consistent as it could be. I think it might be better to use some wider foil tape. I'm using 0.56 centimeter or 7/32 with foil tape for this. So having some wider foil tape might be better. But yeah, I thought that was neat. I thought that was cool that it worked. I didn't actually run a train over it the typical way. I have like a little setup where I use the Bevins Bricks powered wheel setup to check conductivity, continuity between two parts of a circuit, and it works. It's not pretty. The single pickups, as other people have noted, the Bevins Bricks pickups are great, but they do really rely on using multiple ones to get consistent connectivity. That's why he always recommends the double bogies over the single, but I have other reasons for picking the singles out, which I'll cover in a much later video, in a much later project. However, anyway, other than the inconsistencies with using the single wheel power pickup from Bevins Bricks, yeah, this did work. I was able to run a train over it, and it stayed relatively, within continuity spec that I would say it'd be fine. Basically, if it was a train rolling over it, unless you're on the slowest speed settings, which, I mean, most of my trains are running usually not full tilt, but they run at a decent clip, and I feel like it would roll right over it, no problem. I don't feel like it would be an issue at all. So, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to fix that 3D printed part. Oh, ignore that curse train. I am going to put this with its foil tape here in my test layout. And basically, the test layout gets every day both the passenger train, which is my lithium ion, or not my lithium ion, oh my goodness, nickel metal hydride. I was just thinking about a lithium ion project I just saw on YouTube, which was awesome. But it's a nickel metal hydride train, and it puts a lot of pressure. This is my test track. This has a ton of just random 3D printed, misprinted, twisted, messed up rails, tons of flex track in just the most random places. Um, and it's got a mix of old track, new track. I think there's one piece that's third party. It came in an order I did on Brickhouse. So I don't know what that's about. I'm not gonna complain. It's whatever. But anyway, that train is very heavy, runs very fast, and so I'm gonna run it over this for a few hours, see what happens, and then I'm gonna run my cargo train, which has my Bevins Bricks stainless steel single pickup wheels on it right now, and it doesn't run very fast, but I just want to see if the stainless steel wheels will wear it any faster than the plastic wheels would, or the rubber wheels would, if you will. But yeah, we'll just see what happens. If it's a viable long-term option, great. I do also feel like you could probably use 2 layers of the tape, and although that it does add some thickness, which may cause issues, I think it'll be fine, if I'm honest, and I think that might even increase the durability a little bit. You could do this properly by using very thick foil tape here and here, 2 separate pieces, and then underneath drilling holes, wiring it in, and soldering to the foil tape. I don't know how well the plastic will hold up to that. Again, if you're quick, probably be fine, but I don't know. But what do you guys think of this option? Does this horrify you? Do you think it's cool? Will you be trying it? Again, I have a lot of testing to do. It's going to be slow for me, so don't rely on me to have, all the answers here. I am just experimenting the same as all you guys are. But yeah, I thought this was cool. I thought it was a good idea. And as a flex track enjoyer, I think this could really open up a lot of possibilities to a lot of people's 9-volt setups if it's durable enough. All right. Yeah, you guys have a good one. And yeah, go experiment. Do some weird stuff. Have a good one.